Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and cats and dogs, and everything in between. Welcome to the Buck With Me podcast right now. Of course, I'm your host, the Buckwheat, and today's guest, it's a long time friend, man. We've been chopping it up behind the scenes, but I'm happy to have him here today on the Buck With Me podcast, and we're going to get into some crazy things. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. BET himself, DJ Q45.
Yeah, the king.
The king, everybody, the king.
I'll take that. How are you, brother?
I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. How you feeling today?
Same as you are, man. Happy to be here. It's good to see you moving out of those different lanes, and now you're over here in this space. It feels right.
Right.
I like it. Always upward movement, man. Never stand here. It's always moving. The trajectory always has to be like this.
Yeah.
And it's good to see you doing that, man. You deserve it.
No, I appreciate that.
And you're a solid individual. There's not a lot of solid people in this game, in entertainment.
Right.
You're solid, bro.
No, I appreciate that, bro.
Solid.
When I first met Q45, he always called himself the king.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, because that's what they was calling me. You know what I mean? Yo.
Is that the key part? Yeah. That's what people was calling you? Did that just come from the MC or the DJ skills? Like, how'd that come about?
What would normally happen is they would always say little things like, "Man, you the king of that shit, man."
Right.
Man, yeah, man, yeah. When it comes to that, man, you the king with that type of shit. You know what I mean? So whenever when it came down to DJing and doing these clubs and stuff, when I would get into my sets, that's what people would always end their conversation with, or if they were giving me adulation, that's how they would end it with me. Like, you the king of that. When you dropping all that New York shit, you the king of that.
Right.
Man, when you scratching it, you the king of that. So I said, hey man, that's what they telling me. So
damn,
God is good. I'm just rolling with it. They just coined it, you know.
Duval!
Yeah, fact though.
Jacksonville in the building right now.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about you, bro, and has always been one of my favorite things, the way that you rock the mic. Like, there's a lot of guys that know how to rock the mic, but to me, in my opinion, when you come into town, I'm still a student. I'm watching you, how you play with the songs, how you work things, and I still listen to you like I was the other day.
The truth of the matter is, I wasn't that good with the microphone. A partner of mine that I used to do a lot of parties with, T-Roy. You know T-Roy. Mm-hmm. He's on maybe 190 stations right now, nationwide. What was going on was, he was basically always the MC when we would do a lot of different events. So there were always times, here and there, that I'd be like, I wish he would have said this, or I want to stop and talk about this, just to kind of add, my own flair to it. So it was difficult. It wasn't something that was just like an immediate, like how the DJing was for me. It wasn't immediate. It took me some time to kind of find my voice. I tell a lot of younger guys that hit me up about, man, what should I do about this microphone? I said, the microphone is a tool that you have to, it's a feeling. You shouldn't just talk on the mic just to talk. It should be natural. It should be just sporadic, and you have to sound confident. That's number one. You can tell when someone's timid on a microphone.
Right, yep.
Like, it comes across immediately.
Yes.
versus somebody that's like, they're strong, they're bold, they're assertive. Like, when they talk, you already know, like, it's like they have a chokehold around your neck when they're speaking through a microphone. So, it took me a while to get that, but once I got that, all the T's crossed.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's something I did not know about you. You went to a private school?
Yeah. I went to a Baptist private school. I was the only black person in there. Oh, this is a crazy story, right?
You didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. So let me tell you the funny part, right? So let me set the landscape for the first day. And I know, y'all, I'm going off script for this. So let me set the landscape for the first day of private school. I'm gonna make a quick story. So anyway, we have homeroom. We're in there, and of course, I'm the only black kid in the class.
Damn.
So I'm Fresh Princed out. You gotta remember, bro, wearing the uniform was like, what is this, man?
Right.
It's some white folk shit, right? So I'm in there. I always watch Fresh Prince. I got my jacket on backwards, stupid. Got my slacks. They had us in the blue slacks with the penny loafers. I got them sagging and all that kind of stuff. So, true story, man. It's about to take a left turn though. So, get prepared. So yeah, so I'm sitting in the third row back on the far right hand side. So everybody in my class is talking about their summers and what they've done. And these are rich, affluent white kids.
Right.
You know, they eat Grey Poupon literally. They're reading the Wall Street Journal during lunch.
Really?
Really. Just real snooty, man, real uppity, right? You know, I don't know shit. I drink Kool-Aid now. So anyway, it's about. So yeah, so this one chick, never forget her name. Her name was Jamie. I think it's Hartley. Damn, I just put that girl out there. So what's your grandma now?
Exactly. Hey, God bless you, girl.
Yeah. So she goes, hey, to our homeroom teacher, can I ask Eric a question? So you already know what it is when they do that. When she does that, everybody does the turn and looks at me. This true story. This woman asked, she goes, I said, what's up? She goes, what is it like growing up in the hood? That's what this white woman asked me. This is a true story, this is not a joke. But hold on. This is almost when this Q45 persona was birthed. Get ready. So I kind of collected myself. I said, well, first of all, I don't live in the hood. We have a, 4-bedroom home with 2 cars. And I said, my mom is the only parent here that paid my tuition in full. All of you guys are month to month. Silence.
Damn.
My mom, when she got her tuition check, her tenure check, my fault. She paid my school tuition off in full. So there was no monthly payments. Shout out to my mom. She's gone now, but she was always a G.
She was a G at that.
Yeah, legit.
Damn.
And the reason why I know this is because when we had to do that whole orientation where you speak to like the head of the school, he was praising my mom for being the only parent to pay my tuition in full. So let's make sure we get that on the record. Yeah.
And there it is.
Fact though.
There it is. That's crazy, bro. Well, so why did your mom put you into a private school?
I could play a little ball. I'm 6'3" and some change. I could play a little ball. But honestly, she wanted me to be able to maneuver in different rooms with people. She didn't want me just to see one side of this coin. It helped me out a lot. I learned how to articulate better, of course. Be cognizant of my surroundings with certain kinds of people. Understand that not everything is for everybody. And see other sides of life, man. I'm going to school with kids who, their dad is district attorney.
Right.
It's real, bro. And just seeing like how wide the divide is between our cultures. It was a lot. It was wild. Like the different things that their mind would think about during lunch was insane. Like I said, they're reading the Wall Street Journal. They're talking about investments. It was just wild, bro. Like, I'm thinking about what new Jordan shoes are. They're talking about, are we going to, Aspen,
right,
or Bora, and I'm like, what is that? Where is that? That's outside of Jacksonville.
Right.
Where is that? Sorry, y'all. We went off on a little tangent with that. I know.
It's gonna go like that. That's the thing, is we're gonna have our moments, because like when I was locking you in to do this, like I literally had my own personal questions because you've had a lot of trials and tribulations in your career, and you've definitely been to a lot of places, and because of your DJing skills, has gotten you to be on BET.
Yeah. If it wasn't for, at the time I didn't know the talent I guess I possessed,
Right.
But honestly, what really got me on BET, man, was just being able to network and get people on my page very quickly. A lot of people, when you're dealt a particular hand, it's hard for people to kind of rebound sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was easy for me to kind of just be like, hey man, what's up? And just make friends with people that you don't know, and be able to just be personable, man. That was a big thing that really helped me get on TV. When I first went up to BET and I was able to go up there and meet some people, what I did for that rest of that month I would cater lunch for the whole floor of BET. I would send fruit basket bouquets to all the assistants, all the different people that were doing casting.
Right.
So my networking skills are superb, bro. I can say I spent a few grand doing all of that, having different things happen. But I had to, bro. It just kept my name in these people's head. Like, who just sent over all this lunch for everybody? Oh, right. That Q45 guy came in. Really? I did that a lot, bro.
It's crazy you said it because it's always those little things.
Message.
It's those little things right there. Like, hey, if you're an artist or trying to get to the game, it's just the little things that's going to keep people and keep your name on their mind at all times.
Absolutely. And
you started DJing at the age of 18.
Yeah. Shout to DJ Capone. He was a big part of my early DJ career. He was the first guy I ever seen doing all of these different tricks and scratching and all this stuff before I even knew what this was.
Right.
So he allowed me to hang out with him and just learn and just absorb stuff when it came to the talent side of it very well. I just watched. I was never that guy that was like, it's my turn. I just sat. I watched. I carried crates, speakers. Set up the equipment, broke it down when he was doing his thing. It's all a part of the learning. It's all a part of the game. I'm not too good for those types of that type of manual.
You keep a small circle, bro.
It's too small, bro. It's too small, bro. I learned too, man. In this game, bro, you gotta have help, man. You gotta let people help you. Us as black people, because you never know, man. People are so snaky, man.
Yeah.
One thing I learned about white folks, man, they have a canny ability of allowing people to do what their job and go, you good at this, you good at this, you good at this, good, you help me. Versus I can do that better than him. He all right. I don't know about you.
Right.
They let these people do it, and when those people mess up, they find, instead of blaming and shaming, I learned this too as just being a leader. If you're gonna come to me with a problem, you gotta have the solution with you as well. That's big.
Message.
And I learned that. I'm like, if there's a person in your team that isn't doing well, once you get rid of them, the job he might not have been doing that well, but now you have no one to do that job. Gotta have solutions. Your problem has to be always solution based. I know that sounds crazy, but if you have a problem, you gotta make sure you got that solution right behind it. Because if that's the case, you're complaining and bitching and moaning about something that, if you take him away, it's still a messed up job. Job's still not getting done.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
Being a leader, that's big. You have to know how to have solutions for these problems, not just point out a problem and blame and shame people. It's a real big thing.
So what was you doing, if you can remember, when you got that call to get on BET?
Shit. I was at the house doing not a goddamn thing. Yo, I thought the nigga was lying. Cause he called me. Nah, big up to Emo Haley. I didn't even get him in. They cut him out the documentary. When I did the documentary for Netflix, they cut it out. But shout to Emo Haley. Great guy. He saw some talent in me, and he was like, "Yo, man, what do you do?" He's like, "I'm up at this is me being up at BET." I'm like, what? He's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Yeah, I DJ." He's like, "Man, you got a lot of personality, man. He's like, I'm a production assistant. Once I get in here a little bit more, I'm gonna help you out." Like, nigga, please.
Cause you hear that shit all the time.
3 weeks later, he called me to me, "Yo, I got the job." I'm like, "Nigga, please." Nigga, please. And then next thing you know, he go, "Man, I told you I got you. I'm gonna book you, dog." Nigga, please. True shit, man. So then next thing you know, I get this email and it says, with the BET letterhead, and it says, "Shows confirmed, blah, 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 blah." I'm like, this nigga was lying.
Wow.
Like, wow. It was one of those types of things, man. It happened just in those exact steps, bro.
And how long did you do Rap City?
I did that for about 5 years. I did Rap City about 5 years. I did 106 & Park off and on for like 3.
Okay.
Did some Freestyle Friday stuff, just DJing on the show. Then I did the Daily Buzz on the WB network for like another 3 or 4 years or so.
Hey,
and that's when I got into my journalistic side.
Real quick, I want to get into this. It's crazy. A lot of people don't know this. You interviewed a lot of rap artists back in the day when you was on Rap City.
Yeah.
And I remember watching you on BT, and somebody said something that triggered my mind to even ask you this question. Some of the artists that you interview have now passed away.
Yeah.
So those interviews are even more nostalgia now to you more than anything else, I would say. Will it be?
Yeah.
And Pimp C is what I'm talking about.
Pimp C was the most vocal man I ever met when it comes to just telling you what's on his mind, bro. Like we had better conversation with the mic off, mic and cameras off than what we did on on the show, man. Like Pimp C was straight to the point, and a fight come with that. If he got a problem, whatever, we can handle that. And Bun B, who was my sneaker brother, he just sit to the side, just kind of okay, Pimp. Like, he's the cooler. Pimp C is the heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude did not care, bro.
Oh my God.
He was like, man, these rappers is trash, man. They copy my style, man. They watch me, they see me with all these diamonds, and then they want to get the diamonds, and they see me with the Bentley, now they want a Bentley. What? So I'm like, hey, man, like he was. You got to remember, I'm young. I'm in my early 20s doing this, so it was an experience, man. It was an experience, man.
So, all right, man. Listen, welcome to the Buck With Me podcast. I got my dog Q45 Duval in the building.